This video has been brought to you by my book, A Winner Is You. Check it out in the description below. Welcome to Awesome Video Game Memories, where we talk about awesome memories about video games. I'm Ryan, and the game we're going to talk about today is brought to us by a special guest. How's it going, Helix?
Hi, Ryan. I'm having a great time.
And what game are we reviewing today?
Dragon Quest Heroes 1. It's a pretty good game.
Alright, since Helix brought this over, we're going to be reviewing Dragon Quest Heroes, The World Tree's Woe, and The Blight Below. So, Dragon Quest Heroes, The World Tree's Woe, and The Blight Below is a Musou game just like the Dynasty Warriors series from Koei Tecmo, who helped co-develop this game, and you'll be hacking and slashing hundreds, if not thousands of Dragon Quest related enemies. And you can choose between two heroes, a male named Lucius and a female named Aurora, who are the soldiers of the Kingdom of Arba. So Lucius is more of the by-the-book strategic thinker who says his plans out loud. So I'll be doing this review by going over this point, and then this point in the game, and that point in the game, and this point in the game over there, and over there. And Aurora is the headstrong fighter who goes straight into action without even thinking. Oh, but you know what? I think I'll do this review without even thinking. Alright, so now it's time to talk about the Dragon Quest Heroes story and the game mechanics, and we will be getting into spoilers here as a warning. So the world of Dragon Quest Heroes takes place where monsters and humans live in peace. Yay! I love you guys are awesome, yay! And there's a festival in Arba where Lucius and Aurora are playing some games where Lucius has a toy gun that shoots a slime stack for prizes. Ugh! Helix, be careful with that gun. But however, Aurora takes two guns and has trouble shooting the targets.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to aim for the bugs.
Helix, put the gun down.
Oh, I thought this was bug repellent spray. Sorry.
And we're introduced to a mysterious figure who we can assume is one of the villains of the game, and he claims, "It begins!" And he summons a mysterious force that turns all the monsters evil, and they wreak havoc across all of Arba. Oh no, that Sanguini's gonna bite a little girl!
We're royal guards, so let's guard some royals.
And royal guarding you shall. So we start the first battle, which introduces us to the gameplay and the mechanics of the game. Lucius is the fire-based warrior and Aurora is the ice-based warrior. You want to make sure that you crowd control as much as possible with Lucius Inferno Slash or Aurora's Freezing Slash. It's also important to use Aurora to keep enemies frozen, which is very important later in the game, and we can easily switch players with the press of a button while the AI controls the other allies. The AI is smart, but not really, and I do recommend changing characters every so often. So we fight through the town and get into the castle and find King Doric, who's cheerful and incredibly strong. Ah, that's right! And I highly recommend using him to clear tons of enemies. Then we fight through more enemies and we fight a green dragon as the first boss. So once we defeat the green dragon, we're introduced to the Night Maws, and the Night Maws are portals that summon enemies until you destroy the summoner of the Night Maws, and destroying these Night Maws is going to be one of the main recurring things that you're going to be doing throughout this game. So pretty much the cycle is fight enemies who appear from the Night Maws, stop the Night Maw summoner, and then go to another Night Maw, rinse and repeat. So once we clear all the trouble at Arba, we go to the city of Caliber, which is the town of mages, and the game truly begins. And inside the city of Caliber is the Institute of Ingenuity. Very ingenious. And as we travel to Caliber, we're introduced to the tension mechanic from the previous Dragon Quest games, where you can go Super Saiyan Purple, or in Aurora's case, her hair goes down to unleash a powerful attack and you're invincible. Usually you want to save tension for the bosses, but you'll charge up tension so fast that you'll be able to use your tension attacks multiple times on boss fights. So once we reach Caliber, we're saved by Isla, who is the head of the Institute of Ingenuity, and she has the hots for Lucius.
Oh, you're a jumpy one, aren't you? But I have to say, I like that in a man. Makes you all the more fun to dissect.
You mean to study me?
I think Lucius should go out with her.
With Isla in our party, we now have access to cannons, which are incredibly useful throughout the game, and soon after this we get access to monster medals, where we can summon monsters to fight for us in certain locations, since now we have missions that require us to defend a certain person or point of a level, and if that person or point falls, we all fail. And this brings my greatest gripe with the game, is that there are too many missions that require you to defend certain parts, and it can be really difficult to balance each of them. So you need to start knowing where to deploy stronger monster medals, and you gotta know when to defend certain points.
I don't know where to go.
And in between battles, we get to use our experience points to raise up stats, learn new spells, techniques, and abilities. As we progress through Caliber, we're fighting a Gigantes. Hey man, I thought we were cool. I thought we were cool, man.
Of course, man. We're still cool. That's my cousin Steven, who got into the game. He's a nice in real life.
And then we encounter Kirill and Alina from Dragon Quest IV, who came from another dimension, and this is the first time we get to hear English voices for them, and they have Russian accents and dialect. In Soviet Russia, Alina punches you! Alina is incredibly powerful, and I used her pretty much throughout the entire game. So after we defeat the Gigantes, we have our method of travel, the Stone Cloud, which acts as our base of operations, where we get to swap allies, take quests, get new weapons, armor, and accessories, and save the game. And we can also go back to previous locations to do quests and clear more monsters for items and experience points. Our next goal is the city of Colossia, and we need to defend the mayor and parts of the World Tree. So once we get to the Colosseum, we see Terry from Dragon Quest VI fighting against the hooded figure who cast the spell which turned all the monsters against the humans at the beginning of the game. We try to help Terry fight him, but the hooded figure escapes and we have to fight more monsters. And Terry's a bit of a dick and brushes us all off. Kinda like how he is in Dragon Quest VI. However, he does join our cause and we're introduced to the legend of the Children of Light and wonder, who could they be? Our next goal is to go to the forest village of Sylvia, to the elven settlement, and the elves in this game look more like traditional elves rather than the elves from Dragon Quest X, and we meet up with Yangus and Jessica from Dragon Quest VIII, and Yangus does have the same voice actor, but Jessica has a different one.
Cool, blimey!
I ended up using Yangus quite a bit, and Jessica has a sexy beam. Ooh. And during the battles in Sylvia, I recommend going to the trial aisle every so often to power up your techniques, as they will become useful for the harder parts of the game. And one of the craziest battles is the one with the Cosmic Chimera, and you have to get rid of the barrier protecting it. You can also use cannons to help take it down faster, and the elves tell us about two treasures that kept the forces of light and darkness in check, and Aurora wonders if Helix's crown is the crown of light, but we think it's a replica.
My knight won at medieval times, so it has to be the real thing.
Yeah, but that's just a paper crown, Helix.
It's real in my heart.
Aw, of course it's real, Helix. Of course it is.
Thank you, Ryan.
And as you progress through the game, you get heal stones, and it's very important to obtain and power your heal stones between story missions so you can heal yourself a lot easier, and you can get more heal stones through quests and completing the story. And our next stop is the dwarven underground city of Granite, where the difficulty kind of spikes up a bit unless you start becoming really good at defending and knowing where to place monster medals to keep the night moths at bay. And the dwarves also look more traditional, unlike the dwarves of Dragon Quest X. So once we defend the Yggdrasil route, we encounter Bianca and Nira from Dragon Quest V who rescue a girl named Beryl, and I ended up using Bianca a lot for her long-range bow attacks, and our goal is to find the foreman and Beryl's fiance. So we find the foreman and the fiance, and we're about to get smashed by a Stone Guardian!
His feet smell like stinky stones.
So once we defeat the Stone Guardian, Beryl is reunited with her fiance.
Ryan, you're an ordained minister. You can officiate their wedding.
Well, I guess I can, because I am an officially ordained minister from the Universal Life Church. So after we defeat the Stone Guardian, Beryl's father tells us the legend of a slumbering dragon. Imagine, fighting dragons in a Dragon Quest game. And after that, Bianca and Nira join us on the Stone Cloud. And on the Stone Cloud, we fly towards the world tree Yggdrasil, and Alina is dancing on the edge of the ship to Kirill's dismay. Whoa, whoa, Alina, don't dance too close to the edge.
Alina! Oh my god! Don't drop off! I'm scared!
And then after that, we see Yggdrasil is surrounded by monsters! So we rush to Yggdrasil and have trouble getting through the front door as it's blocked by a golem. And as soon as we defeat the golem, the hooded figure from earlier arrives and reveals himself to be Velasco, the last and greatest king of the Children of the Night, and has an awesome Spanish accent. My name is Velasco. You killed my race. Prepare to die. So he's mad that his people have suffered for centuries under our rule and says the Children of Light warped the world. So Velasco traps everyone and says that he'll drain our energy so he can reawaken his master, the Dark Dragon. But however, Aurora apparently sacrifices her life to save the rest of the group, and we're all back on the Stone Cloud with Helix crying. Oh, not Aurora, man. Oh, not Aurora. The feels of these Dragon Quest games, man.
I'm so sad. Why did she have to go?
So we go to the Pinnacle of Light to get Aurora back, and as soon as we get to the top floor, we fight Marquis de Leon, and after we beat him, we talk to the Goddess of Light who tells us the name of the Dark Dragon, Shadroth, and also tells us that we need the Circle of Light in order to defeat him. Velasco summons Bjorn to attack the Pinnacle of Light, and we have to flee. Hey Bjorn, what happened, man? I thought we were cool after your story on Dragon Quest X version 3. So we head down to the Shrine of Scales and encounter Maya from Dragon Quest IV, and Maya is one of the most powerful characters due to her dance moves, and I ended up using her pretty much to build tension fast, and we can deal a lot of damage. So in order to bring Aurora back, we have to fight the Serpent of the Scales alone, and this is the hardest battle in the game in my opinion, which made me use all my healing items sparingly. And after we beat the Serpent, we fight a fake Aurora who turns into a Darkling, and if you lose any of these battles, you'll have to start over from the beginning. Every single time. So once we beat the Darkling, the real Aurora comes back, and Helix comes back crying thinking he's useless, but we all comfort him.
This is such an emotional moment. I want to cry.
It's okay, Helix, old buddy. It's okay, man. So Isla makes a request to go back to Dawn's home to get some dew from the Holy Tree. In Dawn's home, we fight through hordes of monsters to get to the Tree of Life with Isla. So we meet up with Isla's old mentor, the grandmother, who guards the Tree of Life and wants to give us either crippling embarrassment or unbearable pain because she and Isla had differences in the past. No, I'd rather not have any of them.
Don't do anything to Isla. You're scary.
We're about to get a whooping, but the grandmother pulls a fast one on us. Whew.
That scared me.
Me too.
So the grandmother is proud of Isla for becoming strong on her own, and we get the dew from the Holy Tree. So we go back into the corrupted Yggdrasil, and inside the tree we encounter Velasco, who summons monsters to stop us. And once we beat the monsters, Velasco says that the seal on Shadroth is broken, and we use the dew to save Yggdrasil. So we go to the volcanic area in the center of the world map called The Fault. We have a final battle with Velasco, and he summons the Guardians from Dragon Quest II. So after we defeat Velasco, he says his master is revived, and we have to escape the Fault. So we go back to Arba in order to fight off the impending monster invasion in a series of really tough battles as Shadroth comes towards the castle gates. And the battle with Shadroth is really difficult, and Helix reveals that his crown was the Circle of Light all along. Helix! You have it all along, man! So I ended up losing several times to Shadroth, but once we defeat him, the monsters become friendly again, and our companions go back to their world, and Lucius and Aurora vow to protect the world as the Children of Light. So Dragon Quest Heroes, The World Trees Woe and the Blight Below is a very fun Musou game with a lot of replayability, but however it does get a bit repetitive, slashing through hordes upon hordes of Dragon Quest enemies. I do recommend playing this game in doses. And I do admit the story is a bit cheesy in a lot of ways, but it does fit the Dragon Quest tropes quite nicely. So the good news, Dragon Quest Heroes 1 is really cheap, and I got my copy on Black Friday from the Square Enix web shop for about $5. But if you do want to shell out a bit more money, you can get the collector's edition on eBay for about $80, and there is a bit of a more expensive version on the Nintendo Switch, but it's only in Japanese and it doesn't run as well as the PC or the PS4 counterparts. Alright guys, so that ends this episode of awesome video game memories about Dragon Quest Heroes, The World Trees Woe and the Blight Below, and stay tuned for next time for Dragon Quest Heroes 2.
Okay, I'm ready to mow down hordes of monsters with my gun!
The review's over, Helix.
Bang, bang, bang!
Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure to check out these other videos, and also make sure to follow me on social media and check out the official Battle Geek Plus website. Take care.